Hello and welcome back to our Final Fantasy X HD Platinum walkthrough. And this video we will be taking on the boss of Mount Gagazet, who is Seymour Flux. And I just threw that in there because you see I got the Master of Acquisition trophy for stealing 200 things with Riku. I mentioned that in the last video, but that's where I got it there. You'll pick up that trophy at some point. It's very... I mean, if you're stealing it all, you'll eventually get it. There's nothing really to explain. It's just 200 successful thefts. You can use mug or steal. Doesn't matter. Now, there's a cutscene here, and then we'll be fighting the boss. But this boss is a little intense, and he's a bit of a wall for a lot of people, so I'm going to start talking about him before we fight him. Now, you're going to want your proper formation here, so have Lulu in the party, because we can poison him, and the sooner you do that, the better. But you want Tidus in the party, because you want to cast Hastiga. And I'll have Orin there just because, but you could have Yuna there as well, because you want to be casting Protect.
He's on the other side, you know.
And
I know.
probably Shell as well.
Yuni is gonna get
But
the
anyway.
final Aeon, you know.
A lot of people consider this the first difficult boss in the game.
Still haven't thought of anything.
My fight with him goes very
What
smoothly,
are we gonna do?
but I do remember having trouble with him
We'll do something.
all those years ago in my
We just
first
don't know
playthrough,
enough
so
yet. Until we do, we really
yeah,
can't help.
he can be a challenge, that's
Let's
for
go
sure.
to Xanarkand.
Funnily enough,
We'll
in
find
the
something there.
strategy
It'll all
guide, the
come
Brady Games
together.
guide for the
I know
HD
it.
remaster, the screenshots for this boss are actually of Biran and Yenke,
Just now?
so there's a little
You
formatting
sounded
error
like a
there.
leader, you know?
Not that you guys can see it, but if you happen to own the book, take a look.
Xanarkand
It's quite funny.
Didn't anyone tell you?
The actual boss strategy they give is terrible. Very bare bones, but it's a very bare bones guide. What? Oh no, it's Seymour! What's he doing here? How did he get here? Who really cares?
The son of Jack.
The son of Jecht, he knows who Tidus
Run
is.
ahead and tell Orin.
How does he know? I don't know how he knows, but he knows.
Just go.
So anyway, Seymour's the boss. He's still got Mortiorcus with him. His little
Now is your time to
his
die.
little buddy who
Prepare
heals him,
yourself, son of Jack.
as you may recall,
Not if I can help it.
but also saps his health. The same thing. Kamari's mad. Kamari really has it in for Seymour. Seymour's going to talk some smack
Yuna,
now.
It is a pleasure.
But
Yuna.
I could go into this
Ascending so soon.
boss's strategy. He always uses a move called Lance of Atrophy, which inflicts zombie on one of your characters. Zombie can only be cured with a remedy or a holy water. I have plenty of remedies, I don't have many holy waters. But he'll always follow it up by casting Full Life, which will instantly kill anyone who is a zombie. Sometimes you'll have a chance to switch the character out. He'll cast Full Life and he'll waste the turn. The only time he'll cast Full Life is right after using Lance of Atrophy. So it's easy enough even if he does kill someone, you just revive them. It makes very little difference.
I don't understand.
But he has a move called Cross Cleave, where he'll do big physical damage to everybody in the party, and that's what you want to cast Protect for, because it does a good amount of damage. And eventually, towards the end of the fight, Mortiorcus will start charging something called Auto Attack Mode, which results in him using a big spell called Total Annihilation, which will wipe out your party unless you cast Shell and have everyone at full health. Like I'm talking like Orin and probably Waka, like with Shell on them at full health, might survive it. It's a very dangerous attack, but because he doesn't use it till right to the end, you have time to kill him before he casts it. Hopefully, it takes 3 turns to charge it, and Seymour only has 70,000 health, so it's not too bad. So here we go. The fight begins. Mortiorcus is that big seat that Seymour is sitting in. And here we have Seymour Flux. The scariest boss ever. He has 70,000 hit points. Mortiorcus has 4,000. You need 3,500 damage to go. So there we go. Hastiga to open with. Lance of Atrophy, there it is. Tidus is now a zombie. Full life because we didn't have time. Like, just straight away he used it. So Tidus is dead. That's okay. what was I? Yeah, now I think I put Orin in there with the thought that I would use his Vanishing Blade Overdrive and just put brakes on Seymour, but I guess I had to heal Tidus first. But there's Bio. Takes straight away. He's very weak to poison. He's very easy to poison. I mean, you can silence him as well, but it's a lot less likely to go through. So there's Lance of Atrophy. And this time we have a turn in between. So you can see boss 1, that's Mortiorcus. That's when he'll cast full life, and that is a while away. So I'm going to use an overdrive here with Tidus. Just spiral cut. Do some damage. I almost didn't get it, but I got it. Boom. You know, 4,000 damage. Since he's only got 70,000 damage, we've already done about 10,000 damage. A little bit more actually with the bio. So he's not that bad. Now Tidus, Yuna, and Kimari can talk to him. You get a little boost. It's not really useful, but you can do it if you want. I think she gets some magic defense. Yeah, Kimari gets defense maybe, and Tidus gets defense as well. It's not that worthwhile at all. So now I'm going to use Banishing Blade. I'm not even sure if the break statuses affect him that much, or at all, but whatever. It's a strong overdrive. I do have Tornado now, but I don't know. Tornado doesn't seem that useful to me. There, boom. It does 10,000 damage, even if the breaks don't take. Not bad for one turn. So now he's going to cast Protect on himself. He's also going to cast Reflect when he gets the chance. So there's the full life. Finally. Now I could have cured Tidus, or I could have moved him out of there, but I just didn't bother. I've got Life, which I can cast. Now you want to Dispel, Protect, and Reflect, but there's no point doing it until he's cast Reflect as well. So now he's going to cast Dispel on Party to take away Protect. But that's not that big of a deal. We can always cast it again. So while I'm waiting for him to cast Reflect, might as well get in some Aeon Overdrives. They'll do 10,000 damage and then they will be banished, but that's okay. Since his overdrive or his overkill value is so low, you don't really need to use Bahamut or whatever to get the overkill, but it can help. So since the overdrive hits both, Mortiorcus dies and loses more absorption. So now he's cast Reflect, and now he will dismiss Baleful. But there's auto attack mode engaged. At about 50,000 damage, I would say done to him. Once it's Yuna's turn, we'll be able to see the sensor detail and know exactly how much damage. There's another 1,400 from the bio. So I'm going to cast Hastka again, just to make sure it's on everybody, because obviously we want to beat him before Total Annihilation gets up. But I also want to use every character in the battle. So keep an eye out, see how much health he has exactly. I can't even read it. I think it's about 19,000. So I'm going to use Dispel, because he will bounce Flare off of himself as long as he has Reflect on. And that will really mess you up. So just get Waka in for a turn. Might as well use an Overdrive, because if we get to 3 elements, it'll kill Mortiorcus as well and do more damage. So always take your time with this. There is no rush at all. There we go. That should do about 6,000 damage to both of them. Not quite. A bit disappointing. Mortiorcus is still alive. Now I cast a spell again because I wasn't sure. Well, I went to cast it again, but sensor tells you that Reflect is done, but I wasn't sure if it was or not. So I'm going to bring in Ifrit for another overdrive. He hasn't even gotten to the second turn of his auto attack mode. So you can see with haste, you've got plenty of time to finish him off. Assuming you've got the damage up. You'll always get the overdrive off if you use it straight away, before your Aeon gets dismissed. So there's more absorption, takes more health from Seymour.
Death awaits you.
And dismisses our Aeon. Now I can't read the sensor details on it because I'm looking at a small preview, but you guys will be able to read it. So you'll know that he has about 3,000 health left, I think. Is what that said? So Kimari never got a turn, so I'll bring him in and talk.
You have angered Kimari. The spirits of the Ronso will guide Kimari's spear.
Yeah, you tell him, Kimari. So, everyone's had a turn. He's got 3,000 health left. I could finish this off with a physical attack from Bahamut. Probably get the overkill. But that wouldn't look stylish enough for me. So we're going to use Mega Flare. We're going to do, I think, about 19,000 damage and finish him off with a pump. He never used Cross Cleave in that whole fight. It is something that he does, and it's something to be aware of because it can do quite a bit of damage. But he never bothered. I don't know why. That's Seymour Flux. That's the wall. It's the scary boss. He went down like a chump. But of course, that's not the last we'll see of Seymour. So make a note in your diary.
And stay up there.
Beat Seymour one more time. Okay. All the Ronsos are dead, according to Seymour. But I mean, we can't go back down the mountain to check, because if we go back down to the base of the mountain, we will have to fight a Dark Aeon. Actually, I'm not even sure. There's definitely a Dark Aeon there. I feel like Seymour Flux is what makes her appear, but
If he becomes sin,
it's not an Aeon we have yet.
will be saved.
So I'm not too sure. Let me have a look.
We're leaving.
Does it only appear once you've unlocked it? Oh yeah. Seymour let slip about the whole Jectus sin thing. So Yuna's flipping her lead a wee bit.
You hit your head.
You hit your head.
Sin is my old man.
I did not hit my head.
My old man became sin. I don't know how or why he did it.
Oh yeah, we can go back down the mountain. That's fine.
I felt
There's actually a whole load of bullshit you have to do to get that Dark Aeon to appear.
and when I did,
Well, you want?
I knew it was true.
I'm not sure. I think the Ronsos are still there, and I think they're
My
fine.
old man's spirit is suffering. Sorry.
Even
It's not worth walking back down Mount Gagazet to find out, though.
knowing
I'll tell you that much.
that sin is your father. Still, you know I must.
Of course! Kill Sin.
I know.
Sin isn't actually
Let's get
Jack.
him.
Like,
I think my
it's
old
not
man
like
would
Jack
want that.
is going around doing all this shit.
Fight
I
your
love
own
being
father?
Sin.
Yeah.
He's like
no
the
problem there.
catalyst. Or,
about your old man.
he's like the
You
battery
sure
that
this
powers
ain't
Sin,
some
I guess.
kinda
Like he's
bad
trapped in Sin.
toxic
Sin's doing
dream
its own
or
thing.
something?
But it draws its existence from
Yeah.
Jack. Something like that.
Chapu.
But it wouldn't be fair to say, damn it, Jack, why are you doing all this
Right,
stuff? It doesn't make
Think I'll
sense to
just
me.
pretend I didn't hear nothing. I'm getting a little confused, yeah? Why?
We're all
Why
confused,
does this have
Waka.
to
I
happen?
mean, I'm trying to explain the Jack-Sin relationship. I don't understand it myself.
Soon.
Sometimes I just want to play Final Fantasy X too instead. But that's only because I haven't played it quite as much as this one. And it's more of a mystery to me. But anyway, let's mosey along the sphere grid. You'll see we're hitting these level 3 locks. And we're thinking, well, what can I do from here? Well, we can learn Regen. Useful spell in its own way. Very few places where I would actually say, don't forget to cast Regen. But, you know, it's not a bad spell to have. We're going to let Lulu sit there for a while. But it's entirely your call if you want to. Now, I'm going back to the save point because I wanted to keep this video to one thing. If you want to continue on, make sure you check between the pillars for a special item. But I will be showing you that in the next video anyway. So, don't despair. Thanks for watching.